Great day, people of the internet. Today, on this daily update, I wanted to address a few things that I'm starting to hear. More and more of my friends and people that I know are starting to ask about crypto. And there's a few topics that I think are really important to make sure that everybody understands a little bit about. So if you're interested in Dogecoin, what is Dogecoin? Why is it pumping? Should you buy it? And then also, how you can manage taxes if you get involved in crypto. What are some easy ways to manage taxes and some security ramifications of doing some of these solutions. So let's cover both those topics here. We're going to start with Doge. What I want to tell everybody is Doge is likely going to be just a pump and dump, right? So we had Elon Musk on Twitter trolling and posting a lot about Doge. It's just caused the price to spike a couple of times now. Unfortunately, I'm getting a little annoyed with Mr. Elon, as I think he's going to cause a lot of common people to get hurt by his pumping up this multiple times and having people buy in here at these elevated levels when it's probably going to come right back down. Why do I say Dogecoin is coming back down? Well, if you'll follow me over here to a website called coinmarketcap.com. This is a really good website if you're just getting new into crypto and you want to learn a little bit about these different projects, these different things you hear about. Come over here, take a look at coinmarketcap.com. And you can go down here. You can see the top coin. So Bitcoin's number one. This Wall Street Bets thing is they put on here is kind of a silly nod to the GameStop explosion that the Wall Street Bets was able to accomplish in the short squeeze. But go down the list here. You see Bitcoin's number one, Ethereum's number two, Tether, which is a stable coin, means it's tied to the U.S. dollar. It's always right around the U.S. dollar in value. And then XRP, which is the one that's been under pressure because from the SEC. And then some of our favorite projects. These next three are my three favorite in the top 10, Polkadot, Cardano, and Chainlink. If you keep scrolling down here, you'll find Dogecoin, which actually spiked up to one of the top 10 for a brief period of time. If I click on Dogecoin here, I can go down here and I can see a little bit about Dogecoin. I can find their website and some information. I can go to their white paper, which is my favorite place as a tech nerd. If you want to nerd out, go to the white papers and check out the white papers on crypto. Scroll down here, and you'll see some information about Doge. And you can see here it says Doge is a popular Doge internet meme. Features a Shiba Inu as its logo. I guess that's the name of the dog, is Shiba Inu. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, somebody. But basically it's what we call a fork. It was forked from Litecoin. So basically all it is Litecoin. It's just a copy of Litecoin with a joke as a dog as its logo, as opposed to standard Litecoin logo. And you see Elon Musk tweets about it all the time. And Elon's trolling because he tweets about it. Elon knows more about crypto than he's letting on, and he's trolling because he knows this is a joke and he's just messing around with people. Unfortunately, I don't know why he keeps doing that, but this is likely to be a pump and dump, so be very careful. Now that said, I'm forced to watch this now from a trader's perspective because there is volume, there are people watching it, and the power of crypto is in the community. So I'm not going to talk about the technical setup right now because I do think that we're going to have this is going to continue to fade. I mean, I could draw this downtrend right here. This is, if I was to say, if you're going to try to play this on a trade, here's how I would play it. Hold on 1 second. So you see this? I would draw a trend line from the top of these two Elon spikes. And if it spikes above that and holds, and you get a confirmation signal that you're going to hold, and I would look at it something longer duration, like a 12-hour. Break above that and hold it, come back down to it, test it, and resume off of it, you can look at maybe trading it there. I would wait for at least that at this point. All right. Now let's go look at other crypto action, then we'll talk about taxes. Let's take a quick break on the two topics. So Bitcoin here is recovering nicely on this little fake out. I think most of us who have been trading crypto a while just completely this morning just rolled our eyes as this down wick happened and knowing it was going to come right back up. This is just a big typical shakeout that happens in crypto trading all the time, right? It's just it's not even a shakeout. It's just normal price action for the market, right? Impulse up, consolidation, next leg up. It's very, very bullish. Ethereum is looking extraordinarily bullish as it broke its all-time high. Ethereum is into price discovery. It's broken all-time highs. Now, if I were to zoom out for you here, and let's take a look at something. We'll go to my daily time frame. I'm going to zoom way out. You see these trend lines. So this is our prime trend lines we've been watching. And I've cloned these trend lines. This is Jordan at Conquer Trading has really taught us how to do this more effectively than I would have in the past. You take all these trend lines and you clone them out here, and we can see we've got more potential trend lines to work with. So for this price discovery breakout, some of the upside targets that I have been looking at are these blue lines. I think these blue lines are where we're going to likely end up on for upside price targets this next impulse after breaking the all-time high. So what I've done is I've marked out here on these trend lines, these main ones I'm watching, specifically starting with this one is, let's make this one a little smaller here. I think we'll blast past that one. These other ones here, I went out a week, another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks out, and I put horizontal levels on all those just to see what the price would be if price action were to come into that trend line in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks out. And I came up with 2037, 2254. So that's my take profit target on my current trades on Ethereum and other related cryptocurrencies. So when Ethereum comes into this 2000 level, I'm going to see how price reacts between these. If it looks like we're going to get a good breakdown here, then I will probably take profit as we lose that trend line right there. If it looks like we're going to break above, as we come into this, we consolidate and break above it, then I'll just keep holding until I see that we're going to break down. So as soon as I see example of a breakdown, either when it comes off of this trend line below that level, up to that trend line below that level, when I see that confirmation of a breakdown and the consolidation is where I'll look to take profit on those trades. And you can see how I'm managing that. So one more time to cover that. This lower trend line, I'll be looking to at least push my trades. Either I'll get stopped out at break even, or I'm going to push this trade at least to this level right here. When we break this level right here, I'm going to see what happens when we come into this, move this out of the way, this trend line and this horizontal level that I've got marked out. If we come into this trend line and we consolidate and we're looking good above that horizontal, I'll keep holding the position. If we break above, I'm going to see what happens here, for example. If we break down, either here, depending on what price action does, either as we break down below this line, or as we break down below here is where I'll take my profit. That's a good, so currently my trade setup is something like about a 4 to 1. I think my stop loss is something like that, right? So I think it's about a 4 to 1 right now is my trade that I'm looking at on all these cryptos. We're in prime trading territory for cryptos, so there's going to be a lot bigger trade opportunities right now than normal. Okay, that's what I'm watching on Ethereum and all of my altcoin trades. Now, on the topic of taxes, there are many, many good tax tools that you can use. The one that I use is just a very simple one called cointracker.io. And you can see here they have a couple of products. One is just a basic wallet tracker, so you can connect to all of your wallets and exchanges and just get a central place to see your balances. So if you're like me and you've got cryptocurrencies spread out across a whole bunch of different wallets and exchanges, you can come in here and see your grand total of all of your assets combined and keep track of that. Now, a lot of people ask, when you connect to these wallets and exchanges from this service, what you typically do is you stand up, let's just go through their website here. So you connect to a bunch of different exchanges and wallets and track your entire portfolio and then instantly generate tax reports. And this is what I care about the most, is generating my tax reports at the end of the year. And you can see they have a very large number of wallets that they work with and exchanges. The full list of exchanges, there's a very large number of exchanges they work with here. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom of the cointracker.io website and you go to security, you're going to see some information here about how they handle the security. Now, the one thing to know is that they only need read-only access to your wallets and or exchanges. And typically they use something called an API, which is an application program interface. And when you set up API access for them, again, you can set it up on these different exchanges or wallets as read-only access. But you have to export what's called an API key. And so the API key, now APIs can be exploited, so just know that. So this is why the question about security comes up, namely, is that they only have read-only access, but APIs can be exploited. So even if it's a read-only key, you still want the keys to be kept secure so that other people can't at least see your data and then potentially try to exploit it. But this service itself could be vulnerable to an exploit as well. Just keep that in mind. So if you're worried about the API security access and the ramifications that come with exposing your information via an API and the security that goes along with that, one thing I recommend doing is you don't necessarily need to track all of your transactions and have a very up-to-date state of your wallets and all your transactions. You can actually, on almost any exchange, export a report that you can import into CoinTracker.io, which is actually, for example, on BlockFi, this is the recommended approach because there's not an API available that they integrate with currently, as far as I know, on BlockFi. So on BlockFi, it's showing you here directions on. You see here, so visit BlockFi dashboard, scroll down to transactions, and download your transaction CSV file. So then you download just your transaction history and then upload that to CoinTracker.io. And you can do this on a bunch of different exchanges. For example, just another small one that I just went and looked up, Probit. You can do CSV there as well, so just CSV export. So almost all these exchanges are going to have the ability to export your transactions, which is all CoinTracker really needs to be able to do your taxes. And that's one of their products. So there's the wallet tracker that's actually free. Then there's a portfolio assistant, which really tracks your investment performance. And then lastly is a crypto taxes, and it helps you do your tax filings, what this is. And this is the product I think most people probably are asking about and need. And again, you can use this product, and all you have to do is export your CSV out of your different exchanges and into this product at the end of the year to be able to run your tax reports. And if you're worried about security with API security, this is probably the way I'd recommend is using a service like this and just exporting your transactions. That way it keeps you safe. You don't have to worry about any APIs that you're exposing. Now, your transactions and your account balances are going to be downloaded in this clear text CSV format, but you're going to be on an encrypted tunnel downloading that from your exchange or service to your local machine, and then you're going to upload it to CoinTracker, and again, probably TLS encrypted. So it's going to traverse over the internet encrypted, even though the CSV file obviously is a clear text file. But just keep that secure on your computer as well. Just know that you've got a clear text version of all of your transactions. Now, access to any of those systems are not going to be exposed in this CSV file, but all of your transactions will be in clear text. So it's another small thing to keep in mind. I'm not really familiar with any other tax services, and I am certainly not a tax expert. Also, I am not a financial advisor, so anything that you see on this on my channel is not financial advice, just my opinion. I'm just here to share some information, what I'm seeing going on the chart, the CTM waves in the market, and my opinion about cryptocurrencies. That's all I'm sharing. Let's do a quick rundown of the major pairs here. I'm going to go to the 4-hour here. We see that Bitcoin has recovered this support that we were looking at this morning. We had a quick buy signal here on the 4-hour as it took back this support. So right here we had that breakout retest and it resumed right there, and then it immediately started to sell off. But it's starting to recover now, so that's good for Bitcoin. Ethereum, again, also recovering, breakout retest resumption. I did tweet that I entered some trades right there. I added to my trade position and tightened up my stop loss on it. So my original entry was down here between these white lines. Was my original entry on Ethereum. So I've tightened up my stop loss to just above break even and entered another position here with the stop loss similar to that other stop loss. And then we have Polkadot also recovering, breakout retest resumption on that one. Signal there. Cardano is lagging. Come on, Ada, sweetheart, I need you to get going. That's all right. I mean, we've got a lot of news ahead. Cardano probably won't really pump until late February, early March, honestly. Link is also recovering from this little shakeout this morning. We'll see. We'll continue to monitor. I mean, everything looks like it's recovering. It's kind of a boring day in crypto land, a little bit of a sell-off and recovery, and ultimately we're just more or less for the past 24 hours or so. It's been fairly sideways. Let's just take a look at these 12-hour charts. Yeah, we've been right now. We're currently sideways, which is really good after a big impulse up that we're just consolidating. So healthy price action. One more chart I'll bring your attention to is the DeFi chart. You see the DeFi index, perpetual futures. DeFi continues to be the hot name. All things DeFi are pumping. I think Compound. Yeah, Compound got a big bid this morning. It's up big. And then we have Uniswap starting to look like it's going to resume up out of here. And then Aave, I think, has been the big winner here this morning. 36% up. Aave is just tearing up the market. If you don't know, Aave is a decentralized lending, so you can be a liquidity provider or you can borrow from the Aave network. So it's a decentralized lending platform. And then you have Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange platform. Both of those are kind of the leaders in their respective spaces. Actually, I'm going to take you to DeFi Pulse real fast. Check on the pulse of the DeFi market. Obviously, we've been tracking this for the past year. The value locked in DeFi has just been skyrocketing. You can see that the top lending platforms, here we go, Aave. and then decentralized exchanges, Uniswap and Curve, and then SushiSwap. SushiSwap is my preferred play in the decentralized exchange space, but also Balancer. And the Loopring is one that Alan and I have been buying recently. Loopring is both a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum and a decentralized exchange. So it's actually going to be a much more faster, agile decentralized exchange. So in the decentralized exchange, Loopring is my play now in that space because it's both, again, a ZK rollup layer 2 scaling for Ethereum and a decentralized exchange. So you get a little bit of a 2-for-1 there. Derivatives markets, we still see synthetics leading the market there. So all those names are good plays as you find support on the charts. These are the leaders in their respective spaces for things DeFi. And DeFi is going to be the hot craze of 2021. All right, everybody. That's all the time I have for today. I wish everybody a great day and take care. I'm sorry, if you made it this far, first of all, you're a saint and a trooper. I wouldn't have made it this far listening to myself. But please like and subscribe, and possibly even share this content if you think that this would be beneficial to somebody that you know. Try to steer them away from a lot of the FUD and the hype that's out there with cryptocurrencies, and try to keep everybody on the right side of the market with our Conquering the Markets themed trading system. All right. Again, thanks you. Take care.